So the first time you felt shame, you held your breath. And as soon as you held your breath, unconsciously you etched a pattern into your nervous system that will never go away. That's why we do talk therapy. There's a lot of therapies out there, but the cause is trauma. And how do we relieve trauma? The safest and most effective way is I hope everybody's been having a fantastic holiday. I hope everybody set their intention to have a very healthy, prosperous, and more importantly, grateful new year, that you have the ability to have your breath. And my mission for 2023, my intention is to help humanity restore their breath by learning to breathe 6 breaths a minute and slower. What we're looking to achieve is to build a resonant frequency for clairsentience in humanity's collective. What is clairsentience? It's this ability to feel, right? It's one of the etheric senses, the ones that people don't really rely on, but yet you're always using it. When you're in a new relationship, you're feeling it. When you're angry, you're feeling it. Apollo's feeling it right now. However, if you're not breathing right, you might not have that level of feeling necessary to keep you from harm or to keep you away from the things that no longer serve you. So my mission for 2023 is to teach people restorative breath training exercises. I don't do breath work. I help people identify irregularities in their breathing pattern that were etched in their nervous system from trauma, number one, and then accidents, chemical trauma, allopathic trauma. All of these types of things are going to create a depression on your nervous system. It's going to make your cranial nerves out of sequence. And when your cranial nerves are out of sequence, they emanate from your respiratory center, then you're not going to be breathing well because of trauma. We start to get compressive airways. We start to develop postures that compress our airways. So we really need to learn how to retrain our breath in this day and age. When you were born, you were breathing the way God designed you. But as soon as you were 5 years old, at least in America, not the rest of the world, we made our children sit. And as soon as we made them sit, we disrupted their breathing mechanics because they're not going to be sitting in good posture. Their chairs are going to be too small. Their knees are going to be in their chest. And they're going to disrupt their breathing mechanics. And then someone started to shame you. So the first time you felt shame, you held your breath. And as soon as you held your breath, unconsciously you etched a pattern into your nervous system that will never go away. That's why we do talk therapy. There's a lot of therapies out there, but the cause is trauma. And how do we relieve trauma? The safest and most effective way is returning to 6 breaths per minute, which is called heart-centered resonant frequency breathing. When you breathe 6 breaths a minute, your heart rate variability goes through the roof. Heart rate variability is intimately connected to longevity. We know that if we breathe 6 breaths a minute, science has studied this, that those people are typically going to live longer. Heart rate variability gives you a measure of resilience in your nervous system, which means as stress arises on the outside, I don't get stressed by it. I now create a buffering system between me and the stress. So I see the stress for what it is, which is real life, but that real life doesn't have to make me shame myself, feel shame, or brace myself or guard myself, which is the other two things children will do. I had a parent that was very abusive, so I was always gonna be protecting myself, and then I never took a deep breath again because I created internal pressure. And that internal pressure speeds up your breathing rate. Your breathing rate is indicative of your heart rate variability. So if you're breathing too fast, you're going to create pressure. A fast breath rate is going to create pressure on the nervous system, and then your carotid artery is going to squeeze. Your carotid artery is right next to your vagus nerve. You're going to have a low heart rate variability. You're going to have low vagal tone, and you're going to experience that trauma more and more the older you get because you didn't neurologically rewire your nervous system. So I teach people how to neurologically rewire their nervous system through cutting-edge, scientifically backed techniques that are based off a physiological law of cellular respiration, 1998 Nobel Prize, and the fact that nitric oxide is the miracle gas for life, and your body endogenously produces it. So all of these aspects are gained and accentuated through proper restoration of breath. And my students understand this. I take people that have had very, very difficult lives and they share these amazing stories with me, but over the months you start to see the light come back into their eye. You start to see them talk more instead of being shy and guarded. Some people are very boisterous because they're over breathing a lot. Some people are very shy and guarded, but I start to see the middle ground happening with my students, and that means that their nervous system's coming back into balance. Their blood pH is being restored. They're going to be moving their lymph, activating their kidneys to remove waste. So it's not about what you put into your body. It's about eliminating it, and it's about restoring the physical and physiological abilities that the body has naturally. And it's as natural as can be. There's no hyperventilating involved. We do everything gentle and easy because humans need that. There's not enough of that. I look at myself as a caregiver, and I mean that humbly, and thanks to God and everything around me. My inability to breathe, the toxic overload I had in my body, the pains I had in my body, the emotional trauma I had in my body, I needed to live through all of that in order to be where I am now, and then overcome it in order to teach it. So I have that wisdom. Some people might have their chakras open much earlier in life, but they don't have that wisdom behind it. So you want to find someone who has nurtured their own life. And let me tell you something, I was not the kind of person you see now. I've done everything I shouldn't do. Everything. And I'm here to talk about it and live about it, but I almost didn't make it. And I share that with people. And that's it. My mission statement is to restore the collective breath of humanity. I said it in my meditations. I set my meditation, and my intention is to help humanity relieve their fears of samsara and solitary peace by restoring their breath down to 6 breaths a minute. And there's specific ways that you get to achieve that without harming your breathing, without over-breathing ever. Peace and love, everyone. I hope you have the day and life you deserve. I'll be seeing you, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me. Peace and love.